If I had a son, his name would be Trunks, and boy, I would be a proud Saiyan daddy. I mean, this guy was able to put up a fight against two gods. But the question remains, has he achieved a Super Saiyan transformation, or is this something in between, or maybe just a power boost, or perhaps it is false? Now, we're gonna cover this and more. Hola mi gente, my name is Opai Senpai, and today, my friends, we're also gonna talk about, is Gohan back for good? Alright, is he back, or are they lying to us, giving us false hope? We're also gonna talk about the mafuba, and we're also gonna talk about, at the very end of the episode, Gowasu, he said that he had a plan. Or, well, not so much like a plan, but he is gonna do something about it. Now, what can Gowasu do? We're gonna talk about that and more. Right now, guys, it's time for another in-depth analysis.
Be the first to learn about breaking news, anime leaks, fan dubs, and in-depth analysis videos. Subscribe to Anime Live Reactions and enable notifications. Hashtag Notification Squad.
Let's begin with the opening images. Now, you have Goku Black above Trunks, and right there on the bottom you have Trunks. Now, if you look at the back of his hair, it is spiky, very, very different than his actual Super Saiyan 2 transformation. But if you look at the front, it's very similar to the Super Saiyan 2 transformation, besides the fact that, yes, the back of his hair is spiky, which can also be seen from the front, and his eyes are pure white, very similar to when he did that false transformation that a lot of people thought it was Super Saiyan 2, but it was more of a false transformation, and Vegeta hates it, okay? He hates that. Now, maybe on a separate video, I know you guys are gonna complain, he never does the videos, but I might try to get another guest, maybe another YouTuber to join me to really look into whether Trunks has achieved a new transformation or whether there's something in between. But I do want to point out that in order for you to achieve Super Saiyan Blue to the fullest, you have to be able to control your ki, and that is something that Goku and Vegeta lacked back in the day before they were training with Whis. Now, Whis was able to mature these two characters and discipline them into controlling their ki, which is why when they have an overflow of power and ki, they're able to control it. Trunks, on the other hand, he is not able to control it. So when he's getting this power boost, it's not enough to transform him and go over the top. And I'm very happy that they decided not to make him into a god right now. I would be so hella pissed. But I'm happy that they're going in between, because this means that maybe in the future, Trunks has the potential to now go Super Saiyan Blue. I mean, he's almost there. He looks like it, but not just quite. All right, let's continue on with the next scene, which is Yajirobe. He says he's keeping up with them. Now, I find this hilarious because Yajirobe is pretty much the guy in the peanut gallery, and he actually represents us, the viewers. We, the viewers, we are saying like, what? He's keeping up with them. And Yajirobe represents us in this moment. And yes, he is shocked, just like we are, at the fact that he's keeping up with Goku Black. But the question really is Trunks stronger than Goku and Vegeta? Because remember, Vegeta and Goku were struggling. But Trunks is keeping up against two characters, and next episode, he's also going to be fighting against those two by himself. I don't think that Trunks is stronger. I think it is something else, and I really don't want to spend the whole video talking about this because we need to move on, but perhaps we will very soon. Let's continue, boys, because I want to point something out. Even though this episode was pretty awesome and this arc has been amazing, if you actually zoom into Goku Black's eyes, you can see the blocks. All right, when they can, they take shortcuts, and it could be time constraints or whatever, or budget. But the point is, the animation is not always gonna be perfect, and the time when they really make the animation amazing is when you have close-ups. When you have more far away shots, this is what's gonna happen, and you guys need to get used to it. We can't really complain at this point. It is to be expected. But let's continue, because I love this, man. It's a nice little detail. A lot of people missed it. But before they do their Kai Blast, they do this special like technique, all right? They do this like in-sync dance that allows them to pretty much sync their attack. But I also want to point something else that some of you may have missed. They actually copied this animation twice in the episode. And, you know, again, they're taking shortcuts, but there's really nothing we can do about it. So I'm gonna show you very soon where they copied the animation shot by shot. Now, eventually Trunks gets so much power that it seems like at this point he's getting a little bit better at controlling it. He's getting more used to this form, and that is why his eyes go from pure white to blue. He can see again. Basically, he now has a little bit more control of this form, but obviously not full control. And he is angry. Alright, let's continue because I love this shot. It reminds me back when the androids were above Gohan and they were about to kill him. It's just like, it reminds me of the shot so much just to see Trunks mimic that. And damn, he did damage. I mean, he was able to make Goku Black bleed. And Goku Black was surprised by the power. But this is not what's important. What's important is this. How in the world is Goku Black able to use instant transmission without properly using his two fingers on his forehead? Now, some of you may say he didn't use instant transmission. That was something else. But if you actually go back to episode 57, I believe. Episode 57 or 59, when they're fighting, Goku and Goku Black are fighting, and Goku Black uses the instant transmission, you actually hear a sound that goes like, "Brang, brang," and that sound was repeated in this episode whenever Goku Black disappeared and was disappeared and went somewhere else. So I really do think that this is pretty much like an instant transmission because that sound is very, very unique. So it could either be that they messed up and they meant to put his fingers here, or that the audio department messed up and they just, or I mean, it could really be something very, very small. But the point is that I noticed it, and whether this is instant transmission or not, the fact remains that the sound effect that they're using from their files is the exact same sound effect, which by the way, that sound is different when they're just doing regular teleporting. But when he's using instant transmission, this is a unique sound. So I'm very curious. And this wasn't the only time he used it. Right after this shot, he used it again when he attacked Vegeta. So it sounds like instant transmission, and I really hope it's something else. And here is what I'm talking about. They were reusing the shot. You know what? We need to move on because there's not much we can do about that. Now, another thing I noticed is that throughout the episode, a lot of the attacks that Trunks was delivering involved him using both his hands. I mean, even when they were escaping from with the time machine to go back into the past, and Trunks used both his hands to deflect the attack from Goku Black. I mean, in this instance, when he used the Masenko and attacked Goku Black and Zamasu. And when Zamasu and Goku Black used their Kai Blast and combined it, he used both his hands, almost like he was doing the final flash. But the point is, this is Trunks' fighting style, and you know, it's totally okay. I like seeing a guy use both his hands. And again, here you have another shot of his spiky hair. Alright, this is where it gets really interesting though. Now that we move on from the fight scene, let's actually talk about substance, because this is what's important to the story. Now, Beerus admits that what Trunks said was very convincing, and this is pretty much him just not trying to take blame by the fact that he was wrong. But what surprises me is, how in the world does Beerus and Whis, by the way, who didn't complain, he actually went along with it, how do these two gods don't know about how time travel works and how multiple timeline works? How do they not know this? Very interesting. I'm curious to know. Bulma was about to kick his ass for running his mouth, but Vegeta stopped her. But Vegeta also says, don't waste the time Trunks gave us. And you know what he does later? They waste time, okay? They could have sped it up, but whatever. It's a funny joke. I found it hilarious. Now, technology has advanced so much that Goku was able to recover in less than a night. I mean, by the time, even before the night was over, he was able to recover. Now, we don't have an exact estimate as to how long this episode was in time frame, but I believe that this moment was not, I mean, by the time he recovered, it was only probably like a few hours, all right? Now, this is a lie. Beerus is lying to you. He says what happens in other worlds doesn't concern me, but in fact, it does. And you can really tell by the fact that when he says this, the director decided to do an angle where his face is not looking at the camera. And that is done in film to really indicate that there is some sort of lie or a false positive or false information. So That's why I wanted to bring that out. Now, I found this hilarious because when Wiz says, well, I will pray for your success. Well, you know what, Wiz? Who do you pray to? You pray to gods. You are a god. Beerus is a god. So who are you gonna pray to? Are you gonna pray to Zeno? I found that hilarious. Just an inside joke. Anyways, now I want to go. I want to help, says Trunks. All right. And this I found hilarious because Bulma says, leave it to Son Goku. And Vegeta is hella pissed. She doesn't just do it once, she does it twice. Son Goku will defeat those two. And now Vegeta is absolutely, he hates the fact that, and this is his reaction is pretty much our reaction in the sense that he's already lost twice. And every time he fights, he loses. He's never the hero, it seems lately. So I really want to see Vegeta take the front stage as the hero who defeats at least one of these characters. We don't know whether that's gonna happen, but I just feel really bad for this guy. Alright, so what a tragic character. He's never getting the spotlight because Kakarot is always stealing it from him. Alright, now Shu says that the time machine has reached full efficiency, blah 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 blah. Man, just say that it's full. It's full, easy to understand. So they're ready to go. But here's what was a little bit confusing for people, because Jesus is not only did Goku says not only did he steal my body, but he killed Chi-Chi and Goten too. So what this is revealing to us, it's a few things. Number one, Goku now has a logical reason for him to be the one to defeat Zamasu. Now I wanted either Trunks or Vegeta to be the ones to defeat Zamasu, but the fact that Goku now has a personal vendetta against Goku Black and Zamasu, I think Goku Black, I think Goku is gonna be the ones to defeat at least one of those characters. I'm just gonna say it right now. I think he is. Now, don't be confused by this. When Bulma says, oh, it's happening in the future, she didn't mean to say that the fact that Chi-Chi and Goten were killed happened in the future, because that happened in a different timeline, not necessarily in the future. But she's just talking that the events of Goku Black and Zamasu are happening in the future. Now, people were confused as to why they were using chibi, happy chibis, in this Dragon Ball Super, where everything is so pessimistic, and I mean, this is not a happy scene. Well, the thing is, this is anime. And if you actually look at other anime like Attack on Titan or even One Punch Man, there are a lot of moments when they use chibi characters to portray a tragic scene, or just something for fun. It's anime, it's nothing to worry about, alright? They weren't like making fun of anybody. Now, here's what you guys really want to know. Is Gohan back, or is he staying home, taking care of Baby Pan and Videl? Well, here's what I think. I think they are lying to us again. I think that Gohan had the opportunity and gave us the false sense of hope that he was gonna be training with Piccolo after the resurrection of F. But he didn't. He stayed a scholar. And I think right now he's hella pissed at the fact that there's nothing that he can do to help the situation, and the fact that his boy Trunks depends on him, but he can't do anything about it. But it's too late, bro. You're already, Trunks has surpassed you. I love you, bro, but you're not coming back, unfortunately. I wish you were, but it seems to me that Gohan is done for. And as bad as he feels, he's still gonna be a scholar. So I just want to clarify that, but I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong. Now Piccolo says the mafuba. He talks about the mafuba. I love the fact that they reanimated this scene. Basically, if you guys remember, oh, there you have Mai. That's how Mai actually looks, all right? Not a little baby, but that's how Mai actually looks. What I like about this is that they really showed us how the mafuba works, all right? Which is basically when you're able to seal somebody away permanently, but unless you break the seal. And the reason why they were surprised at Demon King Piccolo is because they themselves have personal experience with Demon King Piccolo. Alright, maybe I'll talk about it in my Mafuba video. Now, as long as the seal isn't broken, they'll never come back out. I think this is doing two things. Number one is telling us, it's explaining to us. Very simple, explaining to us how it works. At the same time, it's opening the opportunity that if the mafuba indeed works, maybe in the future somebody is going to break the seal, and then Zamasu and Goku Black come back up, and then you have the whole conflict again. So it leaves that opportunity there, but I don't think they're gonna go that route. Now, he says it takes less than half a day to learn it, and Vegeta is going to the room of spirit and time, the hyperbolic time chamber, to train. All right, now in terms of Master Roshi, he personally knows how dangerous the technique is. When he attempted to seal Demon King Piccolo, he died because he failed, and shortly after failing, he died. Okay, so he is worried about Goku having the same fate. Now, what do I think? I think Goku's body is much more fit to handle the side effects of the mafuba. All right, so I don't think he's gonna die. I think he's gonna be okay. Now, this took the whole day or the whole night, but eventually Goku was able to learn it, and I feel bad for Sea Turtle, but you know what? You're useless, bro. Finally we find good use for you. And this is what worries me. Master Roshi says, now you have to put a lid on the put. Oh, blah, blah, blah. What am I reading? Now you just have to put a lid on the put, tie up, and put a talisman on it, and the seal will be complete. Okay, so what worries me is, this is what I'm worried about. Even though Master Roshi is gonna go create a seal, I'm really worried that Goku is gonna forget it. He forgot the senzu beans. It's very possible that he can forget the seal and mess everything up, but alright, we'll find out, man. We're gonna find out. Let's continue, because here's where we're pretty much ending the episode. Now, Beerus is pissed off at the fact that, not really that people are scolding him, but really at the fact that there's nothing he can do, because he really reveals his own stress. But a God of Destruction can't just cross the time stream because it is taboo to do so. Alright, you're not allowed to, and if you do, the Omni King will destroy you. So he's not gonna take that chance. But Gowasu says, I understand. I shall deal with it because that was my apprentice. Now, what is Gowasu going to do? And this is where I don't really have an answer. Normally I have predictions and such things, but I really have no idea. And because it is so vague as to what he can do, honestly, I don't want to give you guys like false information. What I could say is this: I really hope that he has a spare of Potara earrings. Wink wink. All right, I hope he has a spare of Potara earrings. That's what I hope, and I hope that's how he handles it. But you guys, I'm curious to know. Let me know in the comments below, what are your thoughts on this? Do you think that Gowasu is going to give Goku and Vegeta Potara earrings, or do you think he has something else in mind? Let me know in the comments below, and guys, I will see you in the next video.